We got ourselves some big information on Insidious 5 regarding the cast list and also a plot description. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing now.
We're gonna get you. Oh, blood on the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes, death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we're talking a little bit about Insidious 5, a movie I am very excited for next year, and one that I'm honestly highly anticipating, possibly the most besides, Mr. Scream 6 over there. We got ourselves a big update yesterday regarding a plot description and a much bigger cast list this time around, confirming one very big character. Now before we get into all of this, if you guys can like this video and subscribe, especially if you're new here, I would greatly appreciate that. We do horror content all day, every day, except Saturdays. So getting into this, as we learned last month, a brand new Insidious flick is coming from Sony Pictures on July 7th of 2023. And if you want to hear me talk a little more about the release date and like a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes that I'm not going to be talking about in this video, check out this video up here. Now, it's already been confirmed that Patrick Wilson will come back to star as Josh Lambert and also direct this film in his directorial debut, which is very interesting, and that Ty Simpkins will also be attached to this project, reprising his role as Dalton from the first two Insidious flicks. But something that has not been confirmed until now is that Rose Byrne, who plays Renee Lambert in those first two Insidious flicks, has just been confirmed to be in this new movie, reprising that very iconic role. Deadline also reports that Sinclair Daniel, Peter Dagger, and Hayam Abbas will also join the cast. Now, this is all very exciting, but it does raise some questions as to how many more cast members we're going to be getting, because don't forget, Specs and Tucker are still alive at this point in the universe 10 years later, or maybe they're not, but as to what I know, yes, they probably are. So will Angus Sampson and Leigh Whannell return as their iconic characters, even though Leigh Whannell did not return to write the script this time around? Scott Teems from Halloween Kills is doing the script, but it is based on a story from Mr. Leigh Whannell. So will they come back and play their characters? Well, stay tuned. We might get that confirmation sometime in the future. I would also love our horror grandma Lynn Shay to come back somehow in the further. Maybe her ghost comes and helps out Dalton or sometime in some point in this movie. If you remember from Insidious Chapter 2, that's exactly what the case was. Maybe the same thing can happen here. It honestly would be a little weird to not have them in this film. They're such a critical part of what makes those movies so great, at least all four of the ones we've seen so far. And someone who I haven't even mentioned yet is Joseph Bishara. Like, you have to have him come back, not only doing the music, but also playing the Lipstick Demon based off of this plot description, which kind of confirms that, yeah, Lipstick Demon's back and is going to be the forefront of this movie, being the central demon character, which has me so excited. The brand new plot description reads, Josh Lambert, played by Wilson, heads east to drop his son, Dalton, played by Simpkins, off at an idyllic, ivy-covered university. However, Dalton's college dream becomes a nightmare when the repressed demons of his past suddenly return to haunt them both. Now, there's a few things we've learned about this film, about the overall plot from this description. We might be in a completely different setting this time around. If you remember from the last film, we were headed east, in that, once again, in New Mexico. Five Keys, New Mexico, more specifically. Do you think that instead of having Specs and Tucker come back and help out in this movie, maybe we have Lynn Shay's daughter, who was also revealed to have the similar powers to her character, Elise, in the last Insidious flick. Maybe she comes and helps out. Caitlin Gerard, who portrayed Imogen Raynor in that last film, could come back for this movie. I mean, yes, it is 10 years later from this plot description, we have learned that, but I think she could play a 10 years older version of the character. I think it could make sense, and it would be really cool to see her come back and potentially be like the new psychic who comes and helps out and tries to save people from the demons in the further. You could set up an entire new Insidious franchise just based off of her character, theoretically. Or maybe it's not played by the same actress, but I think you get the point. Now, I definitely think the Lipstick Demon is coming back, and the only person who can play that person is, of course, Mr. Joseph Bishara, who I just absolutely idolize. This man is literally living my dream. The guy composes scores for horror movies, and he also plays horror villains. I would literally love to be doing both of those things at some point in my future. My God, that would just be so awesome. But the ending of this plot description also brings up up a very big question. Just a reminder, just to reiterate this, it says, however, Dalton's college dream becomes a nightmare when the repressed demons of his past suddenly return to haunt them both. So that makes you question, is the old lady character coming back once again to haunt Josh Lambert and possibly take over his body again, if you remember that from Insidious Chapter 2? Ugh. Or could we be creating a brand new demon for this movie? It's something that I have constantly been citing about this franchise for being so cool. I mean, what other horror franchise comes up with a brand new monster every single time to haunt like your similar characters? Okay, I guess the Conjuring franchise kind of does that, but I much prefer the Insidious demons over the Conjuring demons all day, every day. Okay, listen, no diss to Bonnie Aarons. She's amazing as the nun, and Valak is fucking terrifying, but like the other ones are just a little forgettable. And yes, you can also talk about Bathsheba from the first movie, also played by Joseph Bishara, who is also the composer for that movie as well. Once again, holy shit, Joseph Bishara is just fucking awesome. I cannot say that enough, but I just think that the lipstick demon has so much more character to him. Sure, he never talks or anything like that, but we see him like making these fucking dolls in his like workshop and all that. It's super creepy. You have that Tiny Tim song that accompanies him. I mean, it's perfect. He's an awesome demon. He's an awesome horror villain. Bring him back for this 5th movie. But I'm also down for some new demons to be like haunting the Lambert family as well in Insidious 5. I think that could be really cool. I was super happy with the Keyface design in Insidious Chapter 4. And even though like that movie is not the most well-written of this entire franchise, I will say that it does have the second coolest demon easily. Keyface is fucking nasty, man. Oh, I love it. And I also want to hark back to a theory that I had a very long time ago. If you go back and watch my first Insidious 5 video, I talk about how Keyface has 5 keys on his hands. We also go to the town of 5 Keys, New Mexico in that last movie, which would suggest that there are 5 demons behind 5 doors. And so far, we've only seen 4 of them. I think this is perfect setup for a 5th and final demon to be set up in Insidious 5 alongside the lipstick demon, who you have to have. Listen, they have had the lipstick demon in the past 2 movies in a little jump scare or a little cameo thing right at the end, and that's been fun, but I want another entire movie with this motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Oh, he's so scary looking. But we'll just have to find out on July 7th of next year. I am literally counting down the seconds to this movie. I am so excited for Insidious Chapter 5. What do you guys think, though? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this new Insidious 5 update. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Also, if you would like to support this channel further, please become a Patreon supporter or a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Tonight at 7 o'clock for Jason and Freddy tier supporters, I'll be doing an exclusive live stream where I might be spoiling some stuff about my brand new movie that comes out in December, Red Right Hand, a Scream fan film. Check that out in December, by the way. I should have a trailer out for it sometime relatively soon. Maybe I'll talk about that during the live stream tonight. I don't know. We'll just have to see. If you want to support this channel even further, make sure to support me on either Patreon or become a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.